Oh, good. Morning,
Rhyming.
Adam.
Oh, what's up, David?
What's up?
What's up? What's happening? How are you?
I'm
Who's that
good.
stranger?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm in Florida on vacation.
You are?
So,
All right.
yeah, I know, right?
You need that.
Yeah, yeah. Good to get away. How are things?
Actually, they're good.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. No complaints. I don't, I don't think I need to complain.
Perfect. I like that. Yeah.
Is it warm down there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's today's a rainy day, but the sun's out right now. One storm passed through, and I think another cell is coming later on. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like 80, 85 in the direct sun. So
Ah,
it's pretty warm for sure.
yeah. Cool. I'm glad you're here today. This is a um, kind of a important class.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's been a little while.
Yeah. Have you been able to look at the lessons along the way?
Yeah, I've been watching and listening to them. Not as much practice, I'll admit. Um, but you know,
Yeah.
hopefully there'll be time for that at some point.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Morning, Bill.
Morning.
Hey, how are you, Bill?
Hi, Adam.
Do you have, Adam, do you have any questions that have come up in relation to?
Yeah, not so many questions really, not having time to like practice and work on things. I think that's probably where questions arise the most.
Yep.
I think listening to the talks conceptually, I think I understand, you know,
Good.
it's just about kind of putting things into implementation.
Yeah. And that just takes time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Joanne.
Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. So I'm here, but I woke up with a terrible cold. I feel like my sinuses are dripping, so I'm sneezing. But I do
Whatever
not
you
want to
guys
miss
want to make
class.
time.
Lovely to
Yeah.
see you, Adam.
Hey,
But
good
anyway,
seeing
so
Joanne.
I might go off screen and mute while I sneeze and cough. But I'm listening.
I appreciate your not sharing it.
Yeah, no, no, no. I don't know where I got this one. Last one, I'm worn down. My immune system is probably pretty shot. So
Well, that's not good, Joanne.
no, I know, I know.
uh,
But
where's Big
expecting
Bill?
the other bill. Here, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my notes.
Okay.
Uh,
So, Adam, um, there had been some talk about moving the class if there were another time that we could all get together. And I just wondered, is there any other day that is better for you?
Um, I guess it depends what time the class would move to.
hmm,
I mean, realistically, I'm in the office Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
a
Yeah.
big swath of time, right?
yeah.
6 o'clock is a non-starter for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, and I have to say that I'm just not up to teaching in really late afternoon and evening now. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just to be honest,
Yeah, no, we should be honest.
um, so I, I don't know. I guess we don't really have a viable alternative at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think realistically it is tough to kind of break away, when
Yeah.
you're supposed to be at work.
Sure.
And you're in your office with the screen.
Well, basically, yeah, I've got my office has a window with a blind. I've got the door locked and the blind down. But there are still people who drop by, who need to meet with me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think no matter what time it will be a little difficult.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so whatever's convenient for you, David,
Okay.
and I'll just do the best I can and follow along the best I can.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll just probably keep it where it is.
Leave it here for now. I finally trained most of my people who, pop in on me that I'm not available Wednesday morning. So
Yeah.
I can retrain them maybe, but
It's hard to do that.
it is. I tell you, somebody was like, I thought you were doing this Saturday mornings. And I'm like, I don't know how long ago that was, but that was a long time ago. Really long
Well,
time ago.
Well, I don't know where Mr. Bynum is, but let us go ahead. There he is.
Yeah, and loud and clear. And a little problem with being able to hear the ting show for a while, but
Yeah.
it sounds perfect.
Mr. Bynum helped us do that.
Yes, he figured it out.
He's joining us supposedly right now, so
Uh-huh.
hang on a moment.
Yep.
Hi, Bill.
Hello. Sorry to be a couple of minutes late here.
Yeah, we've already sounded the ting shaw, so
Oh, okay.
you missed that.
Missed.
And I am recording, in case anybody's worried about that. So, questions, reports, comments, problems, successes, failures. What's happening?
failure to practice on my end, David.
Yeah, you told us that. Yep.
Yeah.
And I understand. Bills?
Not so much practice this week. Frankly, this morning I'm distracted. It's squirrel in the house. And
Ooh.
it decided to take up residence inside the piano. So
Mm.
running around this morning. Got it outside though.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's something I can't help you with, Bill.
Yeah, I know. But I've been the 5 points. I keep working on that, and that seems to be going well. I hope I did some improvements on movement 7.
Mhm.
I feel like I did. We'll see.
Good.
Yeah, I don't have any squirrels or giant pressures or any of those things.
Oh, good.
So it's been a quiet week, and other than a project I'm working on, but the in terms of practice, I I with what Bill said, the 5 points is really terrific, and been trying to do that with twisting and thinking about the twisting and the 5 point things going at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and and being real gradual through the transition up to what I think of as the yang points or the yin points, and uh, it's felt pretty good. I've had a couple of practices that I thought were uh, at least for me somewhat in the groove, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Well, we we talked about the physical body a bit, and I wanted to go into the etheric body, which is really important. We're, of course, um, we refer to it a lot, um, and sometimes I think we refer to it maybe mentally and verbally, but not actually feeling it. So it, of course, is connected to the Taoist second energy body, because there is a relationship between the etheric body just slightly below your skin, which is called the Wei Qi. It is kind of the river that surrounds the entire body, and actually has tributaries going into everything that's involved in acupuncture, and it is the connecting medium to everything inside your body. Often when people walk into a room, anywhere, they discover that somewhere between 3 to 10 feet away from a stranger, they all of a sudden become aware that they can feel that person, but they can't quite tell what they are feeling. And essentially, what they're feeling is the etheric body of that individual in some way interacting with their etheric body. So between your flesh and the boundary out here is your etheric body. It is in the middle space. It's right outside, and it has a boundary. So your etheric body surrounds your physical body like a sphere. It's in front, to the sides and back. It's above your head and below your feet. And each part of this sphere is a natural boundary of the etheric body. In the 8 energy bodies of Taoism, this etheric sphere surrounding your body is involved with your first and second energy bodies, your flesh, and the energies which tell your body what to do, besides your brain giving a signal. And it is actually the energy in your etheric body that is doing that. And it goes both ways. The etheric body is telling your physical body what to do, and what is happening inside of your body is actually creating the etheric body. So they are joined together. You can't really separate them. Now, for most people, the boundary of the etheric body is somewhere between, as I said, 3 to 10 feet outside, although it can be more and it can be less. One of the purposes of gods is to increase the size of your etheric body, eventually beyond 10 feet. When you extend your arms, you should also simultaneously extend your etheric body. So when you're arm extends out, you also want to be extending it past that point. When you bend your arms, you should pull your etheric body back into your physical body, so that you're getting this constant flow of your etheric body in and out, which is what your health and human awareness in general attracts. Usually the boundary is, as I said, 3 to 10 feet, but you have people who were really good at this, who could do it for a larger, actually a huge area, so that people can literally feel what they are doing in the back of a giant stadium. I have to say I experienced that in the week I spent with the Dalai Lama, which was one of the really powerful moments in my life, I have to say. But there was certainly no question that when he entered that space, which had 5,000 people in it, the energy changed. You could feel him enter. So, how to feel and become aware of your etheric body is something that was taught in Dragon and Tiger Qigong. The work of extending your etheric body from 3 to 10 feet is part of the content of the advanced level of Dragon and Tiger. In this program, in Gods, we will show you how the etheric body works in this practice. Now, why is having a strong etheric field good? The reason why is that the etheric field is mimicking what's inside your body, for good and ill. If your etheric body is very weak, the inside of your body will be very weak. And if your etheric body is very strong, normally the inside of your body will also be very strong. It has been used for healing in almost every major civilization. So when you see people with their hands above another person's body, doing whatever it is they're doing, they're working with that person's etheric field. And there are many ways of doing it. For example, Dragon and Tiger, well, Dragon and Tiger's whole Qigong Tui Na is based upon that. You can also see this, for example, when someone's getting an acupuncture treatment, and the acupuncturist, who knows how to work with the etheric field, can cause the effect of the Qigong from one needle to the other to happen much more quickly. And often this shortens the time it takes to get a successful acupuncture treatment. It's used in many different types of Qigong systems. Now, the biggest single safety consideration that you have with the etheric body is not to try to force it to go where it doesn't want to go. You can also find out that you can smooth out the emotions that are happening in your field. Usually the darker thoughts and more expressive outbursts can be restrained or reduced. Now, when you start talking about forcing the etheric field, you're actually going to do the 70% rule, but it has to be more than that. You could have a calm and sunny day with a regular wind running through, and you still can kind of keep things together. But now, if all of a sudden you have a hurricane or a tornado coming up, you suddenly discover that it's very hard to control things. And so you have to work on smoothing out your etheric body, getting everything together. But when you start getting that sort of a whipping feeling of things suddenly jumping from this to that, that's a problem. So something has happened with, but not necessarily with the fire schools of Qigong. But it doesn't have to be from the fire school only. You can see your entire mental disposition doing that. And if you start seeing your mental disposition really going crazy, if all of a sudden something sets you off, your etheric field is probably fluctuating like crazy. And you realize that you are going back to something that was driving you crazy. Now, when things start becoming extremely erratic, usually it is easier to smooth out the etheric body to some degree before you start trying to smooth out what was below the skin. There is another issue that goes together with this. A little bit below your skin is that river of qi called the Wei qi. It got that name because it protects your body from whatever the etheric body is bringing in. It is the protective qi of the body, but it's more than that. It is the place where all these acupuncture points and channels and so many of the deeper channels of your body connect. So the next thing that you want to have is that besides wanting to have the sense of the etheric field outside of you becoming smooth, you want to have the sense of the Wei Qi just below the skin becoming very smooth, rather than erratic or intermittent. There are many ways that that can happen. But what you want to do is try and get the Wei Qi smooth as you do Gods, so that after you are able to be aware of the skin in your body, saying, you become aware of the skin in your body, saying, you can do this movement, it's okay, I don't object. Then you start looking at your etheric body outside the body, and if it's saying, I don't want to be doing this, you want to smooth that out. So today we're going to do a practice, and we're just going to do the first 3 movements of Gods. And realize that what we're doing for the first of these is what you want to be doing for all of the movements of Gods. So stand up. Let yourself land and settle and breathe. Doing as much of the longevity breathing as you can without any stress. And really particularly important that you extend your mind through your body. And just begin to become aware of what's happening inside your body. And I will tell you when to make the transition to the next posture. So for now, begin doing movement 2. And first you want to just recognize how your hands are affecting your etheric body. And as you do that, just feel your skin and make sure your skin is okay with what you're doing. Because there's not really a point of doing the second energy body if your physical energy body is being objected to. So keep doing this until your first energy body is saying, it's okay, no problems, we can do this. And making sure that you have below your feet, beyond the tips of your fingers, and above your head, at the ends of your etheric field, stable. Now, if it's stable, start moving into working with the etheric body. You want your hands moving down and up to start activating the etheric sphere of your etheric body around you. So it's going to be what's ahead of you, what's in back of you, what's to the left and to the right. But remember, if you do this, you must keep the 5 points stable. The 5 points at the boundary of your etheric body, as we talked about previously, above your head, the boundary of your fingertips, and below your feet. And as you do this, just stabilize the 5 points. And then from those 5 points, allow your body to become aware of the entire etheric field around you. And with your next repetition, begin movement 3. And be aware of the change as you go into lateral movement instead of just primarily vertical. And as you become aware of the entire etheric field around you, notice if you feel any blockages anywhere, so that either by the smoothness of your movement or by dissolving, that you get rid of those blockages. You can use any other method you've learned that can get rid of blockages. And now focus on the etheric river, the Wei Qi, underneath your skin. And make that etheric river and the feeling of the etheric body outside your body become one. These two different things become an extension of each other. And it doesn't matter which one is first and which one is second. You're doing your best to make it as smooth as possible and releasing anything inside your body using anything you find that can help you. And then the next time you come to the top reverse direction, making it smooth will change from day to day. It won't always be the same stuff. You will find that at certain times, just because of the nature of the way the body changes, some aspects inside it become more dominant than others. So you could dissolve everything that's inside of your etheric field outside of you. And you could dissolve the etheric river underneath your skin. The Chinese call the Wei Qi. Or any way you want to do it. As long as you're feeling anything blocking either your skin or inside your body or inside your etheric field, releasing. In movement 3, usually since you're moving from side to side, you may feel blockages that you didn't feel in doing the movement before. Because just the changing of the positions of your body can activate what's moving inside. Most people will find doing stuff with the upper body is easier than the lower body. But eventually you want to do this just as strongly with your lower body as with your upper body. Now, nobody can tell anybody exactly how to do the next thing. But if your mind gets very quiet, very stable, and very inside you, you can start thickening the etheric field. And what thickening the etheric field will do is enable you to recognize what's blocked more easily. And by the steady movement through your etheric field, cause the etheric field to get stronger. Which eventually will translate to having the ability to get your etheric field to go further and further away from your 5 points. And on the next repetition, begin movement 4. So when you're at home, focus on these things in all 6 movements. And then when you have those together, go back and try and get everything that was in the earlier installments to also be happening with your movements. So you go through all the separate earlier elements. Understand what each piece is. Get it and then integrate it into the whole thing you're doing. Keep in mind you're one person. You're not like a Frankenstein monster, all of a bunch of parts sewn together. You're one coherent whole, and that is how you want to approach doing God's playing in the clouds. every once in a while, check yourself. Am I at the 5 points? Have I stayed within the 5 extremities and not have them break up and cease open operating? And that can take quite a bit of practice before you can naturally notice if that doesn't occur. And that doesn't occur because you're constantly going through checklists. It occurs because something doesn't feel right. And when you get that, it doesn't feel right, your mind will get naturally drawn to which of the 5 extremities are not doing what they're supposed to do. And the next thing is, you want your mind to start going inside your body or inside your entire etheric field to connect whatever it is that has broken your whole body sense of yourself. Maybe it'll be what your physical body is, or your etheric body is, or maybe it will be your central channel, or maybe your left and right channels, or maybe it will be the yin and yang twistings, or maybe it will be lengthening, or maybe it will be opening and closing, or maybe it'll be how you're breathing. Nobody can say. But to the best of your ability to be aware of them, you connect them. Until at the end of your practice, whatever week or month you're in, you're doing it all at once. It's going to be that it will just generally dawn on you how to do it. And when it does all of a sudden come together, more than likely you're not even going to know how it happened. But when it's happening, all at once, you want to keep it happening. And that's the main point. The next time your hands come down, close, and then pause and relax. So, what did you discover in that? Questions, comments?
Yeah, that was good, David. I felt that was difficult to I think it's the part somewhere towards the end of merging the etheric body with your Wei Chi.
Mm-hmm.
And more success just focusing on feeling the etheric body, and then feeling blockages in kind of that area. I felt like especially behind me, up around the neck area. There were a lot.
Huh. Good. That connection between the etheric body and the Wei Qi is of course really important, because the etheric body is connecting and completing inside your body.
Mm.
So that's and it is difficult. I'm not in any way suggesting it's not. But it is good to eventually be able to connect those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bill have a comment?
Um, I'm not sure about that connection. I will say that I felt smooth throughout, and that nothing was going wrong. And toward the end, I still have quite a lot of chi moving around my lower body from the lower dantian on down.
Huh. Good.
Uh, probably partly because I was really trying to work the qua throughout those
Mm-hmm.
things, throughout the movements. So I felt pretty good about it.
Good. Bill?
I felt good about it too, but in a different way. But it's the etheric body and feeling the extension of that was very strong in my upper body and with my arms, and particularly with the twisting out and twisting in with hands.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that strongly, less so in my lower body, and I definitely have a ways to go to get to the Wei Ji connection in there. I can't say that I was in really, while I was thinking about it, I can't say that I had a feeling about it. So,
Yeah.
and
So, did you feel that you were really feeling the boundary of your etheric body in all directions around you?
I think not so much towards the back, but yes, the front and the sides. It was sort of like a half a pie going out. But yeah, I didn't really have that feeling in the back, and I didn't try to focus on that either. So that would be something to.
Yeah. Also, really important above the head and below the feet.
Yeah. Now, above the head and below the feet, I think the 5 points does. That's. I wouldn't say it's like riding a bike yet, but but it's but it when that happens, that does extend it above and below,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which I was feeling this time.
Um, you're also being aware of how far that extension goes in all those directions. Um, you notice that I talked about the etheric field as being a sphere. So it's not 4 feet to the side and 1 to the top. It should be the same in every direction. So being aware that you're working with a sphere of energy and not just going into specific points of direction. Um, any any other particular problems that you felt in doing any parts of that? Could you feel blockages?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that was an issue, David.
Yeah, right.
No, from what you said, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Could you do something about them?
Some of them, yeah. Other ones, I think there was improvement, but I couldn't totally dissolve them or smooth them out.
Mm.
But I think towards the end of the practice, made some progress
Yeah,
on doing that. Other ones I was able to dissolve fully.
good. Also related to that, I think, is the fact that you're only doing half of the practice. So if you've been doing all
Mm.
7 postures, you might have had even more success. That's great.
Mm.
Good.
And I'd say that I feel more blockages in 3 than, and it's easier to clear them up in all the other postures.
Huh.
So,
Interesting. Where did you feel them in 3?
well, I would feel them on the really at the top of the spine and my neck the most probably.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I tried to pay more attention to the 4 points, which seemed to help. And so next time I practice, I'm going to think more about that
Uh-huh.
and how the shoulder blades operate is it feels different in 3 from any other posture. Um,
Huh.
because when you're stretching out, I guess they're separating then, and then you come back in and out, which feels different from the other postures to me.
Well, I think that's part of the lateral as opposed to more vertical movement, although
Hmm.
when you go out to the side, this is certainly a lateral movement, or at least horizontal.
Yeah.
um, okay, Bill.
Um, I wasn't aware of any big blockages this morning. This afternoon may be a different story. Um,
Well, you're very lucky, Bill.
well, either that or I wasn't paying appropriate attention. I'm not sure. But
Well, you might keep thinking about that from time to time. From my personal experience, I would say it's unlikely you had no blockages, but
yeah, I'm
um,
aware of that. Yeah.
good, good. Um, well, unfortunately, we seem to have lost Joanne. Guess her
No,
call.
I'm here. I
Oh, you
keep having
are.
to. I have not left you, except once, but briefly. But yeah, no, I'm still sneezing and coughing my way through. I was able to, however, do yeah, do most of the practice. So
Oh, good.
I have this kind of click in my right knee, this kind of little bone thing going on there. And so I find that, particularly when I begin to do gods, it takes, takes a few ups and downs to kind of get that to stop. It becomes very distracting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because of my head cold, I'm not yet as aware of everything as I normally would be. But
Yeah.
I still, yeah, felt the energy, feel the 5 points, etc. So I'm moving there, and I've thankfully have the recording. Right, we have the recording.
Yes, we do. Well, good. When you're feeling better, it'll be perhaps
Yeah,
easier
when my
to.
mind is a little clearer. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Um, so, any questions in that you want to raise in 5, 6, or 7? We've had 7 come up several times over the last few weeks. Are you feeling any improvement in doing the 7? Do you feel a better connection there?
I did this week. I did. Yes, I did. I don't feel like I'm there yet, but I felt like I had a better sense of the path
Good,
after last week's class. Yeah.
good.
Likewise. It's still obviously not there yet, but I felt my body connecting with the head roll much more this week. So
Oh, good, good.
Yeah. I feel like it's coming along. I enjoyed it more recently than early on, at least.
Good. It's not feeling like an alien addition now.
Yeah.
A little. How about for you, Adam? I haven't.
I haven't done 7 in a little while, David. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, I think that's plenty to work on this week. So I will say thank you.
Thank you, David.
Practice, practice, practice. Connect that etheric body and Wei Chi.
Sounds good. We'll do our best.
Okay.
Yeah.
a good week, everyone.
Yeah.
You too,
Yeah,
Bill.
have a good
Care.
week.
Keep the squirrels outside.
Yes, right. Woo.
I had a mouse that liked my piano. I get it. Yeah, they somehow like to hide in there.
As long as they don't chew up the strings.
Well, that's it. Yeah, or the felt. Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, since you haven't been able to practice, you probably don't have a whole lot of questions, certainly.
No, I have been doing little pieces of the form, but haven't flowed through it in a couple weeks, like start
Yeah.
to finish. Yeah.
Um, One thing Joanne and I talked about was doing some practice with no arms.
Okay.
I hate that.
You hate that. I
No,
like.
it just throws me off.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It does point out where you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And actually, thereby could be really a very helpful tool. Um, I think it's a very useful practice because, for one thing, you can be aware of, for instance, the bow and extension of the spine without being confused by what you're doing with your arms.
Mm.
You really have your attention on that. Um, and so I actually, because I had suggested this to Joanne, I've been doing some practice of that this week, and it's a very good practice. I like it actually.
I mean, we've done it on and off over the years, certainly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Right.
but not very often with this
No.
form.
No, not very often in this form. That's true.
And this form has so many repetitions that if you let your mind drift, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. You're back to single whip and you have no idea where you're going next.
Right. There are some repetitions of single whip or follow and focus.
Yeah.
So, on that, kind of with where you guys are at the moment, I'm going to say practice a little bit, and then maybe we'll try it together.
Okay.
Together next week. I
Next
do
week.
have a request though. I
What?
am, as I get back to trying, I mean, I'd been doing the first and third paragraphs and those little, those little snippets that we do, and trying more in the second paragraph. And I'm doing something wrong between the high pat going into Subdue Tiger, kind of, through that series back kind of until I get to, withdraw and push. And it's right past gargoyles. So
Yeah.
it would be really helpful to be able to have somebody do that so that I could
Sure.
watch it and understand what I'm doing wrong. That's always been my challenged section anyway. And I have my little crib sheet here, and it has more little notes on it than any other place in the form. They're not helping me. I understood them once. So that would be really helpful for my practice because I get very frustrated.
Okay.
Thinking I've got it and then realizing I don't. I'm on the wrong side. Whatever.
Do you want to see it from the front or the
Oh.
both?
Yeah.
Both? Is that what you said?
No. Oh no. I said, I think the front would be fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can turn it either way.
Do you have a preference, Adam? Doesn't matter to me. Yeah.
No, whichever one's better for you.
So, if we've gone into single whip and then when we go into high pat, come on,
Yeah.
high pat, then you're going to rotate right and draw that foot back in and step, and then rotate and shift into Subdue Tiger.
Yep. Okay.
And then you're shifting on to the left and kick and strike and step, Subdue Tiger, shift on to the right this time, and kick and step. And from there you're going to step back and turn all the way to the other side. So part of that is making sure that you step far enough around with the left foot so that you're able to rotate the right to whatever angle you need for that kick. So that then you can, from there, you can go into kick with the heel and then step and single whip.
Mm.
Do you have, did that answer any
That's great. Yes. Can you keep going past gargoyles? It's just another 3 or 4 that are the other.
Oh, sure.
That for me are like all one, I've got, series. Yeah.
Okay, so you get to single whip and you continue rotating left as you shift forward and then rotating right, pushing down and out. Step forward, follow step, and sink into the chop down.
Yeah.
And then as you rise, you're beginning to rotate left so that you can hide the fist and step back, turn to the other side, and chop. And then you have Pung and G. And then you shift back, and while the right arm does extend a little bit as you shift on to the left, you are still bending and twisting in, and the extension comes with the kick and step back, and you're sinking into that offering incense.
Yep.
And then you shift back, come on David, step with the left, and ideally that's an empty step. And then you rotate into gargoyles. Shift on to the left. Step back. And rotate to the opposite gargoyles. And then
Yep.
you're into sweep the lotus.
Okay, yep, great.
So
That's
do you
very
have other
helpful.
questions in there?
No, that's really the section that everything else, yeah. No, I think, thank you for all the detail on that. Yes, it comes flying back, it's like, oh, ooh, yeah, I'd forgotten that piece. Or, oh, no wonder my foot was really at the wrong angle. That's why I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, that's not an easy section. I certainly agree.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that'll help a
Sure.
lot to have that on the recording. So.
Good. Any other questions at the moment?
Might have questions when we don't practice enough.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, good. It's really nice to see you, Adam, and I'm glad you're
Yes,
having a
thanks.
vacation.
And you,
Thank
you're
you.
on vacation this week.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm down in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, it's been really nice, and it's been nice to be here. Feels good to drum up some energy this morning.
Yeah.
Do you have friends down there, Adam?
Yeah, I'm down with Aaron and Dawn's siblings, their significant others. So there's 7 of us down here.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, we rented a house down on Marco Island. So
Cool.
yeah,
That's nice. That's nice. Well,
nice little getaway.
yeah, enjoy your week.
Yeah. Nice weather. You're missing the floods here.
I know.
No,
I
whitewater
know.
rafting on the Yantic this afternoon, I think.
Oh.
Well, that should be fun.
Well, try and stay dry up there.
Yeah,
We'll,
thanks.
we'll do our best.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
good seeing you
Okay.
guys.
Take
Yeah,
care,
thank you.
guys.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.